Okay, and welcome back to The Hunter Called the Wild. I am the gray-haired gamer, your host. With me, as usual, is Gunner, the Wonder Dog, the Tracking Machine, and today we are back on Rancho del Arroyo. We're going to continue our whitetail hunt, but today we're going to change it up a little bit. And for the first time, we are going to take out the bow and arrow. I have been waiting to do bow hunting, to do archery, after I had unlocked the soft feet perk, which lets us make more noise when we're traveling around. But we do have a situation that we can take advantage of, and that is going to be right at this lake right here. Now, this is right north of where we originally started here in the game. This was the first outpost that we unlocked, the Casa Grande. And what makes this unique is that, yes, we do not have our soft feet perk, but we do have this wonderful tree stand right here, so we don't have to be walking around. And as we covered in previous episodes, that when we are hunting from a tree stand, we create less hunting pressure when we take an animal. Now, when we combine a tree stand as well as a bow, we make a lot less hunting pressure. I believe it's 1/16 the hunting pressure as if we were standing on the ground with a rifle blasting away, like we have been. So today we're going to try something. We're going to go and let's get ourselves set up with some equipment here first. And we will explain. We have not talked about the bows yet, and there are a little bit different things going on there. So let's take a look at our store. Okay, if we go down to the bows, you'll see the first couple we see here. They are DLC, but they are a longbow. Okay, you have longbows and well as recurve bows, and those are what are considered traditional bows. The big thing with them is they do not have sights. They do not have any type of aiming except for looking down the actual shaft of the arrow and aiming by sight. Okay, so they, among the all the different bows and whatnot, are probably the most difficult to use. Okay, now the second class of bows, what you have here is your modern compound bow, and that uses a normal arrow. This traditional bow uses what they call a traditional arrow, and when we get to the arrow part of the store, we'll explain all that. Now here, with the modern compound bow, you do have a choice of sights, aiming devices to help you get in the sight. And Gunner, what the hell are you doing over there, man? You're going crazy. Looks like he's trying to get busy with the corner of the building. Okay, the third class of what they consider bows here is your crossbow. Now this is also a DLC item, but it uses not an quote arrow, but a bolt. It's a shorter than a traditional arrow or a regular arrow, but it also has to be stronger, because a crossbow, you can see here with this white one, is 165-pound draw weight. That means that you literally have to pull, if you were doing this by hand, with 165 pounds of pressure to get this string to come back and to cock. And for a normal person, unless you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's basically going to be impossible. That's why a lot of crossbows have a cocking device that uses levers and whatnot to magnify the strength and make it a lot easier for you to pull back. Okay, your traditional or your modern compound bow, you can see it's quite a bit of difference. Peak draw weight 60 pounds. I believe the highest one in the game for a compound bow is 70 pounds. So, and then you have your longbows here. They are also 60-pound draw weight. So then we have, again, another traditional compound bow. Now this one is not DLC. You can unlock this by just playing the game normally. You will see it's quite a hefty price tag, $48,000, and it does have a 70-pound draw weight. Here we have a couple of the recurve bows, which have a higher draw weight than the traditional bows. They were 60 pounds. These are 70 pounds. And these also, I believe, use a, yes, traditional arrow. Okay. And, okay, so where were we at? The recurve bows. And we have a couple more compound bows. You can see these are both 65 pounds. We have one here. This would be like your beginner type, the first bow you would want to buy when you're playing without any DLC. Nice 60-pound draw weight, only $6,000, and uses regular arrows. With any of the bows, even the crossbow, they are so quiet. I mean, we did have the air rifle out, and it was very quiet compared to a rifle like our M1, our 270, even our shotgun. But with the bow, they are virtually silent. So that will get you the reduced hunting pressure, that silence. You're not spooking the rest of the animals in a 100-yard radius or 150-yard radius every time you let one fly like you do with a rifle or a shotgun. So this would be the one you would want to get without DLC. I believe with the DLC, I think we're going to bump up to this 65-pound. You can see it does drop a little bit accuracy, 24 accuracy versus 33 accuracy. The reload speeds are the same, and this has a little more recoil because of the higher draw weight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get that, and now we're going to move on to the second part of the bow, which is the ammo, and that's the arrows. Okay, so now you see here, well, there's a lot of different options here, and the arrows that you want are, you need to pick arrows that match the bow that you have and also match what you want to shoot. Okay, now if this first one here is locked, you can see it is rated as 300 grain or 300 gram small game point arrow. Okay, then we also have 350 grain, 420 grain, 540 grain, okay, 700 grain, which is the biggest. Okay, so the higher the grain, the more it weighs. the more the arrow, bolt, whatever weighs. So, like a bullet, force equals mass times velocity. And we got us some chat. Turnstile Champion says, good afternoon from NYC. Hey, Turnstile, good to see you, buddy. It is almost evening here in Italy, but glad to see you, man. Glad you could join in today. We're going to go for our first bow hunt today here on Rancho. So we're just giving a little tutorial on the different bows, and now we're into the arrows. But yeah, you go from 300 grain all the way up to 700 grain. The heavier the arrow, like I said, force equals mass times velocity. So the more mass equals more force when it hits the animal. So if we compare this 700 grain, now this is a traditional arrow, so that is going to work with our recurve bows and our traditional bows. But you'll see on the right there, recommended class for this 700 grain is classes 8 and 9. So that is your very, very biggest animals. If we compare that now to like these 540 grain, they are classes 4 to 7. You can see a smaller arrow, lighter arrow, effective on smaller animals. And then if we go down to the 300 grain, that is only classes 1 to 2. So since we are going to hopefully be getting some whitetail and some bighorn sheep, we saw those around the lake. That's going to be our target today. We want to pick an appropriate size or weight of arrow for that. And I believe that's going to be our 420 grain. Yes, they are rated for classes 2 to 7. Our deer are class 4, so this will be perfect. So now that we have what weight we want, we have to pick the correct type of ammunition. Okay, that we have these broadhead arrows. We also have broadhead bolts, and we have tracer arrows, and then we also have, well, not in the 420, but there's also a traditional arrow. Now, as we said before, the traditional arrows only work with the traditional bows or the recurve bows. The bolts, again, they are shorter and stronger than a traditional arrow or a normal arrow. I keep saying traditional, but a normal arrow, and those only work on the crossbow. Okay, so that narrows us down for our purposes to the 420 broadhead arrow or the tracer arrow. And what that is with the tracer, it actually in the back where you knock and where you hold the arrow, there's a little LED light in there that blinks. Okay, so those are actually very effective for night hunts. That you can see the arrow, and you can see the animal that you smack with it. They are a little more expensive, like $210 more. So we are going to go with the regular 420 grain broadhead arrow, 700 for 10 of them. So we're going to buy a few. We don't want to go too crazy. We'll buy 40 of them because once you shoot them, you do not recover them. I believe there is a perk later on that gives you a chance, not 100%, but a chance to recover your arrows or bolts from animals that you kill. So if you make a kill, you have a chance to get one arrow back. If you miss, it's still gone. Okay, so now we have our bow selected. We have our proper ammo for the bow as well as for the animals we want to take. We need to do one more thing, and that is a sight. And if you look right down here, we do have bow sights. Okay. The one I'm going to be using today is actually this one from a DLC content. just because it has a rangefinder built into it, which is awesome. You can also see that you have a what they call a single pin sight, which means when you look through it, you see one little post with a light up dot in the center, and you have to adjust the sight for range manually. There is what they have here, a 3 bow sight, which actually has 3 pins. Okay, so there's an upper pin, which is for shorter range, a medium pin for medium range, and then a lower pin for longer range. So you can adjust right on the fly. You have a choice of 3 ranges just without changing anything. Now this one is a crossbow scope. It only works for the crossbow, and it works just like your traditional rifle scope, pistol scope, etc. Except for the magnification. There we go. Is set at 5 times. You don't get the 1 to 5, so you can zoom in and zoom out, just like we did with our rifle scope. We also have a 5-pin sight, but honestly, that just gets way too complicated. The pins actually start obscuring your vision, and it's just way too hard to sight, especially at longer ranges where the animal, you have a smaller sight picture. It's really not worth it, in my honest opinion. For me, I would either go with like the single pin sight and then use your zeroing, because bows do have zeroing for short, medium, and long range, just like we unlocked with our rifles. It still works with the bows. Okay, so even though it's a single pin sight, you still have a choice of 3 ranges. Okay, so I would either go with that one, or if you have the DLC, then definitely get the rangefinder sight. And it's pretty cool. It not only has a rangefinder, but when you push X, you put the sight on an animal and push X, it gives you the range, and it will actually adjust the sight for you and give you a second dot of where you should aim based on that range. The only downside is you have no magnification. Okay, so you don't get a bigger sight picture when you look through it. So we are going to take that, and that should be everything that we need to go do some bow hunting. Now we do need to go in our storage here and switch things around. We are, I think, going to hang on to... do we want to hang on to any of these weapons? Just in case we see something really good and we want to make sure. Yeah, we will hang on to the M1 just in case we see that monster out there and we want to be sure we get a kill. But we will select our bow, and then we will select the arrows are down at the bottom, and our sight, and we should be good to go. We still have 15 applications of our scent blocker. Excuse me there a moment. So now we should be good to go. Let's go in our inventory and get ourselves set up. So we are going to keep our M1 in the prime slot, position 1 there, but now our bow is going to go in position 3. Our ammo, again, we want to have arrows. Now you can carry more than one type of arrow with you at one time. And we got a question on comment on chat. Sniper Shot, how you doing, man? How's nice to meet you? And he says, you play Xbox. Yes, I do play on Xbox. But a lot of this information is that I'm giving out is good on any of the, whether you play on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. It's just the controls are a little different. But see, now we have here the 420 grain arrows. We can also carry like 600 grain in our inventory and switch them around if we come upon, say, like a moose or an elk, one of the bigger animals. You are not limited to carry just one type of arrow, and you use the same bow. Okay, so that's pretty important. And then we want to equip our sights, and now we are good to go. So now if we take a look, here we have our M1, we have our range finding binoculars that we picked up like 2 episodes ago, and now we have our compound bow. Now it does take a second longer to get up and get ready than your rifle, because you have to manually load the arrow, and it takes a little bit to get in there. But now, like, we hit X, and it tells us this cactus, wherever that red dot is 9 meters away, and we want to aim for the green dot. You see that it does get a bit wobbly. We can still hold our breath, just like with the rifle, but it takes some oomph to hold that bowstring back. So it does get wobbly very, very quickly compared to the rifle. So that's another thing you need to take into consideration. Okay, so let's get ready. Let's look on our map. We are just about ready to rock and roll here. And where we're going to come back to is the first lake we visited here in Rancho. Like I said, it's right north of the Casa Grande, the first hunting outpost you unlock when you join the map. And we paid money to set up this tree stand. So we're going to go hunt this tree stand and hang out there a little bit, because then we can take advantage of the tree stand's advantages of being in a tree stand. So let's go back. We're going to go in here. We're going to reset our time for whitetail drink zone time, because that's what we know is around this lake. And then we're going to fast travel over there. Now, drink time here on Rancho for the whitetail starts at 8:30. Okay, but we are not going to start exactly at 8:30. We want to have some time to get in there. We need to walk a little bit, so we're going to set it to 7:30. That'll give us 1 hour to get from the outpost to the stand, and in case we spook something, we'll have a little bit of time for those animals to calm down. So let's go ahead and rest. Okay, now we can fast travel back here to La Casa Grande, and then we'll start making our way up to the tree stand. Before I started this stream, I was playing before. I reset my career when I started the stream, so to give the new player a more accurate experience. But when I had my previous career, man, I really, really enjoyed bow hunting. Like I said, at that time I had the soft feet perk, where I could crouch and I could walk full speed through brush, through trees, through everything, and not really worry about spooking the animals. Without that perk, it makes it definitely a bit more difficult. So let's get us a waypoint set here for our tree stand. Now we are kind of on the clock, so we don't want to be messing around. sneaking or stealthing our way up here. And so we're not really planning on shooting anything until we get in the stand. So we're just going to run. If we spook something, we spook it. We gave us some extra time so that if we do spook something, we can get up in the stand and chill out there for a little bit and let the animals calm down and come back in. And then when we get up to the tree stand, we'll talk a little more about the advantages of hunting from a stand. Come on, Gunner. Come on, buddy. And Gunner, while he cannot... excuse me. A little tickle in the throat. While he cannot go in the stand with us, he will sit right at the base of it and chill. And he will stay there. Okay, so there we got Mexican bobcat up here. We are downwind, so that's a bonus. We don't have to use any of our body spray or scent blocker. We're about 500 to 500 plus meters out yet. Like I said, we set ourselves about an hour before the drink time officially starts, so that we can get in here and have plenty of time to set up and have the animals calm down before drink time starts. And as we mentioned before in previous episodes, just because the map says that drink time starts at 8:30 does not mean you're going to see all the animals come running in at 8:29. You can see the animals come in anywhere from probably like 8 o'clock, quarter after 8, all the way up to probably about 9 o'clock. And we got this bobcat up there. He probably hears us. We could track him down, but it's really not worth it. I am hearing something else running around here. Okay, so let's move it on out. Yeah, this beautiful, beautiful lake. The first day we came up here, oh man, did we put on a slaughter. We killed, I think it was like 3 or 4 mountain goats, a couple to a few whitetail, 2 or 3 Mexican bobcats. We had a good time. It was an excellent first day on this map. Now here's some bighorn sheep. We did, I believe, find a zone for bighorn. See, that's deer. That's bighorn sheep. Okay, so their drink time is actually right now, 4:30 to 7 o'clock, and we're actually no, it's past 7:47. So we should still catch a few of them possibly in the area. And we have 350 meters to go yet. We're going to boogie on up here getting this tree stand. We spent $2,100 for this stand. It is the one that's a little more expensive because it's elevated. It's up on stilts. There is a second variation of the stands that's normally only $1,700, but sits on the ground, so you don't have that extra height advantage. Yeah, come on, Gunner. Keep up, buddy. Looks like here's our one zone right here for bighorn sheep. Unfortunately, we do not have a call for them. When we get up to the stand up here, we can check our codex and see if there is a call for them. Now, last time we were here, we had deer, like a group of 10 or 11, literally right here, right next to this stand. And we also had them all through this little section of woods as well. So many targets of opportunity, and as well, these areas are within range of our doe bleat call. So if they don't walk up within range of our bow on their own, we can use our call to help bring them in to their doom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and this is all bighorn sheep. How we doing on time? 7:54. So we got, and that's bighorn sheep right there. So we still have a good amount of time to get up here and get in our stand before we should start seeing whitetail come rolling in. Said our main target in the last few episodes has been the whitetail deer, just because we want to start managing those herds, start taking those bucks, getting the respawns, so that one day we can have a great one spawn. And man, if you've never seen one of those racks, they are just humongous. They are monstrous. I myself have not gotten a great one in the game. I have only ever seen other people's. It's just how rare, as well as how much work you need to put into to the grind to get that to happen. Yeah, I've been excited. I've been hoping to use this stand since the day we put it up, since our first hunt here. But we put a lot of hunting pressure on this area that first day, so it literally wasn't safe for us to come back until we build up new hunting pressure in other areas and erase the hunting pressure here. Okay, so here you can see how nice and tall this stand is. It's going to make it a lot better for us to scout. And we're going to have Gunner, come over here, buddy. Come on over here and sit down. We're going to tell him to sit, but you don't have to. He will stay in the area. Now we're going to climb up here. Just go to the ladder in this case, and boom, here we are. Okay, so some advantages of hunting from a stand. And this applies for stands up on stilts like this or stands on the ground. Okay, that as soon as we step in here, 80% of our scent is now blocked. So animals can no longer smell us. Even if they are directly downwind, they would have to be within probably 5 meters for them to even be able to detect our scent. Also, our visibility. If you look down at the bottom right between the heart meter and the sound, the little speaker icon, you'll see our visibility is now at a straight line. While that is not 100% concealed, 100% concealed is no line at all, just a blank little square. The white line does mean we are basically 99% concealed. Again, an animal would have to get up to probably within 5 meters to be able to see us. Okay, so the tree stands or the blinds do give you incredible concealment. So now we're here. We do not have to use our scent concealer, or we don't have to worry about crouching, any of that. We can just stand here and chill. But for our purposes today, the most important aspect is going to be the hunting pressure. Okay, when we were just hunting normally, like where did we hunt yesterday? Was up here. Like right here, I believe was 1 kill. Okay, we put quite a bit of hunting pressure on there. Here was actually 5 or 6 kills. It's very, very bright. And we actually deleted a zone that was right here from too much hunting pressure. We were out on foot with a rifle, so every time we killed something, we got quite a lot of hunting pressure added on. Okay, now in this situation we're in today, being up in this tree stand, plus the bonus of using a bow and arrow, today we will do, I believe it's 1/16 the hunting pressure that we did yesterday standing on the ground with a rifle. Now with just the tree stand and us with a rifle, I believe it is 1/8 the hunting pressure, so that we could stand here with this and we could take 8 deer and we would only build up the same hunting pressure as we did taking 1 deer standing on the ground. But with the combination of our bow and the tree stand, we should be able to slaughter some deer up here and not worry about deleting zones, and as well the silence of the bow and arrow. We shouldn't really have to worry about spooking too many animals either. So that's why I was excited to use this stand. Being that we had, the last time we were here, we literally right on our front doorstep. And we spent the money to put this stand up too. We were just waiting for the hunting pressure to go down to come back. Okay, so time now is 8:12. We could actually start seeing deer come in. And their drink zone, you can see, is literally right down here. Now, because that icon is right there, doesn't mean they're going to walk right to there. They will be in this whole area. A drink zone is a lot bigger than just the little icon. Said we saw them down in these trees, in this section of woods, down in these trees as well. We took some deer out of there. We had deer right here out in the open, which was prime time. And we also saw a few down in this section of woods. So anytime now we could start seeing the deer come in. And we know from using our inventory and using our doe bleat call, we do have that with us to bring them in a little closer once we see them. Yeah, here we go. It has a range of 150 meters. So if there's anything around, like 150 meters would be, like there's 149. Clear out to there. Or pretty much right down to the edge of these woods. And let's see how far we could go this way, how far that call will go. Oh, it'll actually go pretty far down into this section of woods. So if we see animals or we see deer coming down through there, we can call them. And you can even look out this little window as well. And we can reach all the way up to the top of this hill with our call. So now comes the part where we just kind of hang out and watch and wait. It is still only 8:19 yet. So we should start seeing animals roll in here about any time. It's been quite a few hunts now, probably 4 or 5 hunts since we've hunted this area. So they should, the deer should be rolling right in here to drink. We haven't bothered them up here at all. Okay, speaking of whitetail, I am hearing some footsteps. From up here? Yeah, there we go. There's a doe. Now 40 meters. We could probably take her with our bow right now. But we want the bucks. The does will give us some money. And right there is right there is a buck. Alright, he's a little fella. So let's see what we can do here. We put the red dot on him and get a range. Now, we did not get an instant kill, but he is not going to go far. Yeah, see right there. That's one thing with real life, with a bow or with an arrow versus with a bullet. If you get hit with a bullet, you can move and run and still have a chance for the blood to clot around that bullet because it's usually completely contained in the body. With a bow or with an arrow, it extends. It's a lot longer, obviously, than a bullet. So when an animal takes off and runs, in real life, that acts like a lever, like a fulcrum, and it will move as the animal runs and actually do more damage and cause more bleeding as they try to escape. Now, we could go after this fella here right now. We got our first bow kill. But he's not going anywhere. We don't want to spook the other ones. Now, if we look, you can barely see. It's just the lightest color of hunting pressure by using this combination of benefits there. The bow, and is that a buck? No, that's that doe. I'm going to step back just a little bit. Like I said, we could take the doe for there. She literally had to get right underneath us for her to notice us being here. And then she's still going to hang out. Is this? Yeah, that's that same doe. And there she's going to bust off. Now that's showing her as traveling, her status. It's because she's traveling into the zone. So we can literally sit up here and have 16 corpses, and you can even see from here, that was a vital shot. That was a lethal shot from that pack of blood. But we could stack up 16 corpses all around us and only get the same hunting pressure that we did shooting one deer from the ground with a rifle. Now, there are some other things you can do up here. There are lures, scents, like that will attract the animals. Like we use our scent blocker to block, obviously, to block and stop our smell. Is that turkey? Yeah, another ringneck. So we use the scent blocker to stop our human smell from getting out, from the animals to smell that. But for stands and things, a lot of people have had success using scent lures. And there is a specific one for each animal. There is a whitetail scent. If you ever hunted real life and used deer urine, that's the same thing. And this is a smell that we want the animals to smell, and will attract them. It will help pull them into our area. But it will only really work when the animals are downwinds. Like if we use scent here, it would be effective basically out in the middle of the lake. Okay? Where a call is a sound, so it travels in all directions equally. But if you use scents and things like that, you can also use your scent blocker. It's not really necessary, but if you want to use any type of thing like that, you want to use it on the ground before you climb in. Because once you get in the stand, that's pretty well blocked. It's pretty well done. So you can jump out, exit real quick, use your scent, and then climb back in. Or jump out, use your scent blocker, and climb back in. Okay, what do we got here? There's our pheasant. It's a minor. We can see if we can take him. What distance is he at? 38 meters. We'll try it. This may be a little bit of a big arrow for him, but we will see what's up. And this is going to get really wobbly really fast. Did we hit that? I don't think we did. I think we missed it. Okay, bingo. What do we got here? There's our deer. Okay. Oh, look at you. That's a type 2 minor. 60 meters. Yeah, I think we missed that one. We can take the shot from here. Let's try calling him, see if we can get him in a little bit closer. Just so we'll have a little bit bigger picture to shoot at. One time should be sufficient. Okay, now there he's turning around. We do have a little bit of the lag. And is he going to start walking this way? Maybe not. Let's check our bow here and see what kind of sight picture we got. Now, we are zeroed for 40 meters. Long range is 60 meters. But since we are using the range finding arrows, it really shouldn't matter. See, now we took a shot at him and we missed. I believe we missed. Let's use our binoculars here and see if we see any blood. No. No blood. So we missed him. So while this was in range of our bow, there's another doe up there. It was just too small of a picture, a sight picture to get him. So we can give him a minute to calm down, and we can try our call and see if he'll come back. Maybe anything else moving out here? Not really seeing anything moving. Okay, let's see if we can give a call. I've hunted from stands before and literally had them walk right underneath me, where I was just like point blank range right here, wasting them. Okay, there we got another couple more coming in. Let's see what we have here. And they are 2 more doe. Bummer. Said we can take them for the money, for the XP, but that will not help us get respawns for bigger bucks or not help us with our Great One grind. Now you can see some more coming in here. There's, yeah, that same buck we took a shot at. There's another smaller rack, but still a tier 2 buck there. You can see he's at 175 meters. So he is just outside our range for our call, but we got these couple here. Now we could bust out the M1 and lay waste to these guys. Oh, what do we got here? And we would still only see, like, here we go. Here's a nice little one, 35 meters. This is what we want. And we will go 40 meters 0. Hold still, buddy. Hold still. Boom. He's down. And it did not even spook the other ones until he started running. And he is not going to go far either. He's going to drop about any minute now. Yeah, he's going to go right in those trees right there, and he is not going to come out. That should be the doe going off there. Let's check our hunting pressure. Again, you can see just the lightest, well, in this case dark black, is the lightest amount of hunting pressure. The very bright purple into the pink is the very high hunting pressure. So you can see that we have not incurred any real hunting pressure yet. We could stand here a while and start taking these guys. Is that tier 2? He's 112 meters. Okay, let's do something here a little different. And we are going to pop one with our M1. Now this will build up more hunting pressure than using the bow, but still we will have less hunting pressure than as if we were standing on the ground. Come on, get on there, get on there, get on there. And it is going to spook the other deer. But we are at the beginning of their drink time. They should come back. Yeah, there he's running. He's running. He's already down to 25% health. 0% to 25% health. And 3, 2, 1. One dead deer. Now let's look at our hunting pressure. Now you can see it's become a little less black and a little bit of purple in there. But still, that is way less than we were getting standing on the ground. But we didn't come up here to shoot deer with the rifle. We come up here to take full total benefit, and that is going to be using the bow. Noise just spooked everything around us, but they will come back. So we have one confirmed dead deer there, one buck dead. We have 2 confirmed dead bucks, and we should have a 3rd dead buck, which right in here. Said we saw him go in, we did not see him come out. So Gunner, buddy, chilling out down there. We're building up some work for you, pal. Which we won't have to track that one, obviously, but we will tell Gunner to track that to get him some basically free XP in his tracking ranks. Okay, there comes the doe back in. Anything else down along this edge? Yes, what do we have down here? We have white-tailed deer. See, now for this one, we would want to use the rifle. Obviously, a bow is not going to reach 240 meters. And that will actually, he's down here. So we can pop him, and it will build up hunting pressure, but it will only build up hunting pressure down here. We will still generally be safe to use the bow up here. The thing is with this range, it's 240 meters, is our zeroing. Now, what do? Do you go short range, which is only 150 meters, and try to aim high? Or do you go long range, 300 meters, and try to aim a bit low? You know, when you're not exactly on that range, it can be a bit twitchy to judge. I believe we're actually going to go 300 meters and just try to aim a hair low. Let's see what kind of sight picture we are zoomed all the way in. Boom, he's hit. Let's switch back to our binoculars as quickly as we can. We do not have the perk yet. There is one perk that'll let us spot the animals, the 25 to 50%. We can do this with our sight, through our sights with a perk. 0 to 25%, and one more dead deer. Now if we look, you can see, yeah, we build up hunting pressure down here where we shot the animal, not where we're standing. And still, doesn't matter what range it is, we're still shooting them from a stand. So we took a lot less hunting pressure taking him with even the rifle because we're up in this stand. The first time we came through here, when we shot this many animals and got this many kills, this whole place was purple. Let's see, give an example. It was purple like this. And even approaching this pink. And now we are still, where are we at? We are still just grayish, blackish with a hint of purple. We can also accomplish the same feat or gain these same benefits by using a tripod or a tree stand or a hunting blind that you can get with DLC as well. A tripod is portable and you can set it up where you want. It's like the tents. It's where you want it to be, and you will still gain all the same advantages as being in one of these tree stands. But you have to pay real money to get the DLC. So it's kind of a drawback, you know, a pro and con situation. These types of tree stands are built in the game. You can unlock them with pure in-game money, but they are where they are. You have to go discover them, and they're permanent fixture. The tree stands and the tripods you can place wherever you want, pretty much, but you have to pay real cash to do it. Is that looks like a log right there. How are we doing on time? 9:02. So we still have like 11:30 in our drink time, our official drink time. We did make a little bit of noise there. Let's see if we can call something else in. Now, we should see something come up through these trees, too. Last time I was here, bingo, right there we go. They responded. What do we got? It's a doe. And, oh, right there's a nice buck. 67 meters. That's a little bit far, just not for the range of the rifle or for the bow, but just because it's a very small picture. So let's see if we can get him to come on up here a little bit. Because, like I said, with no magnification, this can be a difficult shot. I think we just missed him. Oh, and then he took off running. Ah. See, that's where your calls come in, where your scents come in. You want to get them in there close. Said it's not because of the range of the weapon, it's because of, you know, the aim. Let's take a look, see if we managed to luck out and maybe got a flesh wound or something. I'm not seeing anything down there. I'd say we totally missed him. I thought I saw a splash of water from the arrow hitting the lake. But we have a chance that he'll come back. Give him a few minutes to calm down. They will want to come back into the zone here and drink. Obviously, we are not building up the hunting pressure. It'll take us quite a few kills before we get in danger of deleting anything. Now, personally, even in real life, I never really cared for stand hunting, just sitting there. I always like to be boots on the ground, you know, out moving. Okay, so here we got some coming back in this way. And it looks like those are both doe. I always preferred to be boots on the ground, out running around, you know, looking for the animals. But here is not so bad. This is pretty good. Having this zone and another zone literally right at our doorstep has made it very, very interesting. And I'm hearing footsteps. Do we have something else coming in? Yeah, I know, Gunner. You're being such a good boy chilling out down there. You chill out while you can, because we're going to have some work for you to do. You can see now we have that long-range perk. So if we wanted to shoot animals with our M1, we could reach out to 300 meters. And here, all the way out to that road is only 250, 258. So we could take animals a very, very long distance away. And you can see we took shots down here is even this shore is only 200 meters. Now down here is getting a bit, we could even take them there. That's 280 meters. We could take animals pretty much all the way out on that end of that peninsula. Just this little bit of height being up these couple meters in this stand makes a big, big difference. Okay, now I am hearing something coming here now. Sounds like it's coming right up through these woods here. Let's try giving a doe bleat call. There is a second call for whitetail that is very effective. We haven't unlocked it yet, and that's the grunt caller, and that's the sound the bucks make, and it is more likely to draw in a buck because the way that the bucks are very territorial and are possessive of the does, where the one we have now literally is a doe bleat. It's the sound a female makes when looking for a baby, like, you know, calling its babies, or mating. And it's liable to call in either sex, males or females. Okay, nothing there yet. Okay, thought we heard something. Must be just Gunner down there digging holes. I'm still hearing footsteps. Sounds like right down in here, but that could very easily be Gunner moving around there a little bit, even though it says he's laying down. Yeah, and again, back to using our M1, we could easily shoot all the way down into this area as well. We could shoot all the way through to the pretty much the back of this little section of woods. You can cover a lot of ground, and you'd still get some of the benefit of the reduced hunting pressure. Like I said, the maximum. There we go. What do we got here? There's a little buck and a doe and another doe. You get the maximum reduction of hunting pressure using the bow or crossbow or traditional bow, what have you, archery, in combination with the tree stand. But still, just using the tree stand and a rifle still gives you some benefit, just not as much. I will have to double check. I believe it's 1/4 or 1/8 the hunting pressure with the rifle and the tree stand, and then 1/16 the pressure with listen to you out there, using the combination of archery and tree stand. And this is the part of tree stand hunting that I get bored. In fact, when in real life hunting, when I was growing up, I hunted with my dad and my 3 brothers. That they all had different stands, you know, similar to this, design up on stilts. One had one built in up in a very large tree, and they were scattered around on the property that we hunted. It was my family's farm, 140 acres, so it was a pretty nice size area. And they would each sit in a stand, and then I would be the gopher in between. I would like sit with my dad for a while, you know, especially if it was cold, and hang out with him for a little bit, and then I would get bored, so I would go leave and go walk to, one of my brother's stands and chill out there for a little while, and so on and so forth. So I was the one that was stirring up the animals and pushing them around so that my brothers and dad could kill them. But it worked out for me. It kept me from getting bored. I didn't have to be outside all the time. If it was like very cold or snowing, I could duck into a stand and warm up a little bit. Get something to eat, get some coffee. Okay, here we got a little bit of something going on here. We got a couple more. What happened there? I did not want to take a photo. That camera, man, the button for that can be twitchy. It can be oversensitive. So we still just got two doe there. We got this one little buck. Oh, are you going to walk on up this way now? You finally feeling safe? Good deal. Walk on up here. You're just a little tier 1. But, buddy, we'll kill you. We'll put you as venison on the table, because you could come back as a tier 2. And that's one step closer to a great one than a tier 1. That's while they're doing that, we're going to keep our eye out over here, see if maybe that nicer buck comes on in. I see now they're down here too. Look at that. And again, with the rifle, we could pop that dude right there. Bam! 230 meters. But that'll spook everything. Yeah, here they come. Look at this. They're walking right up here. 60 meters. 50 meters. Where's the buck at? There he is. He's at 60 meters. Let's pop our call one time. See if we can get him in just a little bit closer. Okay, yeah. See, look there. Those doe come in too. Now, which one's the buck? I think he's the one in the back. So, we can move around up here, and we're not really making any noise that they can tell. Oh, that was over his head. I totally did not look at where the green dot was. And, yep, there they go. I flubbed that shot. That was my fault. I messed it up. You put the red dot on them. You hit the X to get the range. And I totally did not shift my sight to account for the range. What else am I hearing? I'm hearing something else running around in here. Okay, well it's going to be a few minutes till they come back. So let's jump on down here. We'll grab Gunner, take a quick little walk around and gather up some of these trophies, hopefully trophies, and go from there. Come on, Gunner. Come on, buddy. Now we know we got this one that's right here. Let him track at, get some XP. Yeah, there's blood right there, buddy. Go get it. Because we don't want to end up with too many kills that we lose track of them. Yeah, that's a good boy. So that was a little free XP for him. And we got a flesh and left lung and a silver. Almost 600 bucks. Okay, and then we had the other one that was out that way. But let's go on up here and snag us up this one. We had the one that ran over this hillside up here. Now we have a chance to spook the deer here, but we had just spooked them. So a little more is not going to hurt. And when we go back up and get in our stand, they will calm down. They'll calm down again. Okay, that one ran over this way, so we should be seeing something dead over here. Gunner, buddy, find us some blood. Find us a kill. Is this blood over here? No, that looks like poop. Is that it right there? Yes, right there it is. Okay. So we know he did not run away. Okay, come on, buddy. Come on down here. Come find his blood. Come on, come on, come on. We got more deer to go collect up. Now let's have you track. I mean, come on, Gunner. You literally walked right past it. There we go. Okay, that'll get him a little XP. So we had almost 600 bucks for the first one, roughly. And we got 344 here. Because of the slower kill, we did not drop him right away. And as well, he was smaller. We didn't have a vital organ hit. So you could see it was literally like half the money that we got from the first one. And what do we got up here making noise? And then we had the our other deer that ran off. Let's move back towards our stand and reorient ourselves so we don't get all confused which direction we're going. But he was out this way. Oh, hello, hello, hello. And there's a buck. I know, we're going to spook him. I know. Now these guys are 75ers. And there he ran off. He ran off. Which is fine. I didn't really want to build up the hunting pressure. Anyhow. Yeah, I know, you're tough. You're tough. Because now we're on the ground. If we use a rifle here, man, we're going to make us a big, big purple splash on this map. And that took a lot longer to get rid of than I was hoping. But we're just out collecting corpses. These guys, these bucks that ran off, like I say, if we don't kill them today, we can come back and kill them tomorrow. Now where's that deer? Right? That it right there? Or is that a rock? Should be laying out here somewhere. And we should also have another one laying in here somewhere. Yeah, there's another deer. You can see, man, I have never seen... Wow, that's a nice one. I have never seen as many deer in one place on Layton the way I have here on Rancho. Okay, let's see if Gunner can find us some blood. Oh yeah, he's tracking. He's tracking. Go get him, buddy. Earn that cookie. Earn that cookie. So actually, yeah, since I restarted my career for the start of these streams, this has been my first archery hunt. So far, I think it's gone pretty well. So we did have a good combination of zones right next to a tree stand, which was awesome, as well as being in an open area. Okay, and Gunner leveled up. All right. And he leveled up as a tracker, man. That's awesome. Let's see how we did here. We got us a bronze. That was a spine shot. We got just under $500. And he was a type 2. So that works. Now, did we have one more dead one? I honestly don't remember. There's deer down here. Well, let's see if Gunner can keep on the streak, man, and keep finding us some blood. No more blood in that area. That's okay, we can go on up here and look again. I thought that there was one more closer. I could be wrong. There went something running, yeah, right there. Right there's a couple doe. We're not interested in you. Respawning doe does not get you a great one. It only gets you another doe. Oh, look at him coming back in. How far are we? We're 175 meters out from our tree stand. I don't know if we'll make it back in time there or not. Come on, Gunner. Come on, buddy. Hey, I thought we took one more. Maybe we didn't. Yesterday's hunt, I actually had one disappear on me. We shot it. It was a doe. Had Gunner tracking it. He followed it, followed the trail, followed the blood, and said that he had found the harvest right on the edge of one of the lakes. And I went down, followed the tracks down there, the blood, and man, I could not find a corpse. And Gunner was standing like right next to where the corpse would be, saying, harvest found, harvest found. And that deer was nowhere to be found. It was the first time I'd ever seen. Yeah, there's our other deer. That's the one that's the one we were missing. I knew we had one more. Okay, how are we doing on time? 10 o'clock. So there's still an hour and a half left of this drink time. So by the time we get done running around here, collecting up the kills, and we get back in there, we'll have a little bit more time yet to shoot. Possibly another one or two. But you can see now the difference in the hunting pressure, how much less it is here. We could even go back to the outpost and reset the time again and come back here basically 2 game days in a row and take deer, where before other places where we've been hunting where we have not used any type of stand or tripod or anything, we go in there one day, we shoot 3-4 deer, we're done. We've got too much hunting pressure. So it definitely makes a big difference. Yeah, right there's our buck. Is that? Yep, we got deer up here too. That's a buck. He's drinking up there? Wow, that's far away. Where is he at? I had him spotted. He should show up on my map. Oh, that's him. Wow, his drink zone. He must be part of this drink zone. You can see how far those zones go. So let's go collect up this last one and see how we did.